Hi students, how are you? I hope all will be fine. Okay, today we have the new chapter. Do you remember the name of our chapter? Yeah, it is The Canterville Ghost. I think that you will remember what we learned from the classes. We have made an introduction of the chapter, and also we have just read about the characters of the chapter also. So I think we can start with the learning through the lines and reading through the lines. Okay, are you ready? Yes, thank you. Then we can start, yeah. Yeah, The Canterville Ghost is a well known short story by Oscar Wilde. I think you will know about Oscar Wilde, the author of this short story. He was an Anglo Irish novelist. That means he lived in England and Ireland also. He was a playwright. That means who writing the story for performing play. Not like the games and play, okay, but literatural play. And he was a poet, critic, that means who criticizing the literature works, and an editor also. He became one of the London's most popular playwrights in the early 1819s. He was the well-known playwright during the in London during the period of 1819, and till today he is best known for his brilliant witty comedies. Yeah, until now in London in English language, he was the famous and brilliant witty comedic novelist. Some of his most famous works are he have lot of famous works. Some from that is The Picture of Dorian Gray, wrote in 1891, and The Importance of Being Earnest, wrote in 1895. This all was the most famous from his works. Okay, then I think that it's clear about the author. Then we can go through the lines of this chapter. Okay, yeah, then come on. Yeah, it is a ghost story with a difference. This story was about ghost, but this story have a difference. What is that? That instead of fear and tension, humor ruled the story. Yeah, in every ghost story, the story will be full of fear, tension, like that. But in this story, there will no tension, there will no fear, but only humor. Humor, that means the quality of in something that makes it funny or amazing. Yeah, in this story, the fun and amazement rules the story. That means full of fun and amazement. The humans are not afraid and the ghost struggle to scare them. In this story, we can see that here humans are not afraid of the ghost, but the ghosts are still trying to scare these humans. So far, no one had insulted the clever ghost in this way. There will no one made insulting the ghost until now. But in this story, the human beings are insulting the ghost. That was the main difference. The ghost had finally met its match in the spirited, bold American family. Yeah, this ghost finally has a meet with this American family who are not afraid of ghost. Frightening them seemed almost impossible. To frighten this family, to make afraid this family on ghost is impossible because they are not believing in the ghost. They are not afraid the ghost. Okay, that was the introduction of this short story. Then we can go through the characters. Yeah, we have eight characters. Sorry, seven characters. Characters in this chapter. First one, Lord Canterville. Lord Canterville, he was the owner of the mansion called the Canterville House. Mansion means the large, impressive house. The Lord Canterville was the owner of this large Canterville Chase. Canterville Chase is the name of the house. Mr. and Mrs. Otis, they are wealthy middle-aged American couple who they were buying this house. And Mrs. Umni, the old housekeeper of Canterville case, this Mrs. Umni, he was the servant and housekeeper in this uh, old house. Washington, the eldest son of the Otis family. Virginia, the 15-year-old daughter of this Otis family. The twins, the youngest members of this Otis family. The ghost, it is the main character of this short story. Okay, then we can go through the scenes of the story. There are 5 scenes in this short story. Then scene 1. At the Canterville case, they were Lord Canterville and Mr. Otis. They were in the Canterville case. They were walking through every room and watching the rooms. So Lord Canterville told to Mr. Otis, "I am really pleased. I am very happy that you want to be this Canterville case, but there is something you have to know." Then Mr. Otis asked, "If you insist, if you demand something forcefully, then you can say that." Sorry, if you demand to know about them, I can hear you. You can tell what is that I want to know that. So Lord Canterville said that, "Yes, I will do." That means I will say there is ghost in this house. There is a ghost. Mr. Otis asked, "A ghost? Don't you talk about it? Are you talking about ghost? Are you talking about ghost?" Lord Canterville said, I fear the ghost exists. I think you should listen to our family story." Yeah. Lord said to Mr. Otis, "I am fearing about the ghost and their exists. I think you should listen to our family story. You have to learn about my family story, whom they met with this ghost." Then Mr. Otis said, "Try me." That means, why don't you try it out on me? Why are you not saying about that? You should say about it, Mr. Otis. Lord Canterville said, "I will tell you what happened to my grand aunt." Mr. Otis, "I will tell you what happened for my grand aunt when she saw the ghost. My grand aunt was the Dowager Duchess of Bolton." Dowager was the name. Duchess means wife of Duke. Duke, a person, the rich person in community. For example, a person very wealthy and very famous person in a place. That man called Duke. Wife of Duke called Duchess. Here this was Dowager Duchess of Bolton. Okay, yeah, Duchess of Bolton. Bolton will be the husband. Okay, then Lord Canterville want to tell to Otis about the his grand aunt, what she happened when she met with the ghost. This time, you know that it is a drama. It was playing on the stage. So during that time, there will be some arrangement in the dramatical stage show. Okay, that we can read. The side of the stage where Mr. Otis and Lord Canterville are standing. That side where Lord Canterville and Otis were standing is darkened. It became darkened, and the other side is lit up. The light was on the next side. Sounds of a woman screaming are heard. Then all people hear a sound of screaming by a woman. The butler, that means the cook, and the housekeeper, the servant, led the Duchess to chair. The both butler and housekeeper, they came to that place where is the light on, along with a woman, leading that woman to a chair and give her a drink of water. They led that woman, and they sat that woman on that chair and gave her a drink of water. She sits down terrified. That woman was sitting on the chair, very terrified, very frightened. Duchess means this woman, the grand aunt of Lord Canterville. Please don't leave me alone here. Please don't leave me alone here. Take me away from here. Screams. She was screaming. Get away from me. Don't touch me. Yeah. After saying that, please don't leave me here. Take me away from here. She just screamed and said, get away from me. Don't touch me. Then both the butler and housekeeper looked to lady. The lady, my lady, calm down. Be calm. There is nobody here. Look around you. What? To whom are you talking? There is no one around you. Then Duchess sobbed, sobbing, crying noisily. That means crying in a kind of different noisily. Okay. That thing, it had its bony hands on me. No, no. Here is a thing. That the hand of that thing is on me. I didn't notice at first. First, I don't notice that. Who is that? I thought it was a cold draft. When that hand touched me, I thought firstly it may be a flow of cool air. But then I saw those skeleton hands. But I really saw some skeleton hands. Hands is very pale and the meatless, only bony hand. Firstly, I thought it may be the cool air coming, but I saw a bony hand. That means only bony hand. The Duchess screams again and faints. That woman, this Duchess, Dowager Duchess of Bolton, she began to cry. She began to scream again and faints. And she also was fainting. Faints means to be unconscious, that lost the control of mental. So she just began to scream and she became unconscious. The side where Mr. Otis and Lord Canterville are standing is lit up. Yeah, that place where Mr. Otis and Canterville was, that place became just darkened before. Now the other side where that Duchess and butler, the housekeeper, were standing, it became darkened, and the place where Canterville, Lord and Mr. Otis was standing lit up. Lord Canterville, my grand aunt was so frightened that she never recovered from the shock. When she saw the ghost, she frightened a lot, and until now she was not recovered. Mr. Otis, and you want me to believe this? Do you want to believe me what you told? Lord Canterville. Mr. Otis, the ghost has been seen by several members of my family. The ghost has been seen by several members of my family. After the unfortunate accident to the Duchess, after that happened to this Duchess, none of our younger staff would stay with us. After that event, all younger staffs, they left from our house and they are not ready to work with us. Mr. Otis, well, we come from a modern country. We are coming from America and modern country. We do what we do what we want. We will do what we like. We have money and everything that money can buy. We have lot of money and we have the all thing that we can buy by money. Lord Canterville, what is your point? What would you like to say, Mr. Otis? My dear Lord, we would bear the ghost itself if there were such a thing. If there is a ghost, I don't believe, but if there is one, I will bear that ghost itself and place it in the museum for its worth. We will bear the ghost and we will put that ghost in museum according to the praise of that ghost. Lord Canterville, if you don't mind a ghost in your house, it's quite alright with me. If you don't mind having a ghost in your house, then no problem with me and you. But let me tell you one last thing. I want to tell something also, that the ghost has been around for 3 centuries. The ghost in this house was around 3 centuries. It has been shown, it has been coming in this house before 30 years. And it always makes its appearance and and it always makes its appearance before the death of a family member. Yeah, this ghost was coming to our family just before the death of a family member. That means if the ghost came today, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, one member will die from the family. Mr. Otis, when this heard, he guffawed, laughing loudly. When he saw heard this, he was laughing and said, "Well, so does the family doctor? Uh, is he a family doctor, Lord Canterville?" Like that, the family doctor also doing like that. Yeah, he just make the fun. Lord Canterville with a knowing smile, just a simple smile. All right, Canterville case is yours. Okay, all right. If you have no problem, then this house is belongs to you. You can live here. Okay, this was the scene one, and we can go to the second scene. Are you okay?